What is up, everybody? Welcome in. Another little story time for you guys, and it's gonna revolve around kind of a PC building nightmare that I had building one of my buddy's computers. But for context, I had my first computer that was built by my dad back in 2002 or whatever, where I played Madden 2002 on the PC back in the day. But I got away from a lot of years, and during COVID, again, we all had those little extra, nest eggs laying around, and I ended up getting back into PC gaming, and I had my first PC back, and then it wasn't that much longer, and I was upgrading mine, and actually my boss that I work with and our welder at the time, I had just started a job, and I was talking to him about PC gaming and the typical trying to get him to join the master race, and I actually convinced both of them, and it was pretty cool. So I got them to build PCs. I helped them with it, and then a couple other buddies helped them build their PCs or whatnot, or just straight up built their PCs. And then things were going great. Getting all my friends switched over, and then the nightmare started. Now, by no means have I been building computers for 20, 30 years or whatever, but I have my fair share of experience. I've always been a computer nerd ever since I was younger, but I've never had real issues. And honestly, if anyone who builds computers, from back in the day compared to now, everyone knows it's so much easier, and lots of people actually overcomplicate it. But my one buddy who, I was going to get him to switch to PC gaming, and he's like, listen, here's my budget, I got it for him. So, as all PC builds start, got everything ordered for him. Of course, this was during COVID, so we know that the graphics card crisis was just absolutely ridiculous getting stuff. But got everything in, and he lives like 45 minutes from me. So, building a PC, for those who know, it doesn't really take all that long. So I'm like, you know what? We're going to go over after a work night. I have work the next morning. My daughter had school the next morning, but, what could go wrong? We're going to go over, spend a couple hours over here, build his computer, test it out, move on with our day. Well, fast forward to that night we go over, and the fun started. So, of course, got the basic stuff out of the way, got everything there. He had a massive case. Like, this thing was huge. When I say it was huge, it was huge. Like, it was beautiful to work with. But, put everything together, got the motherboard in, got the CPU, the fan, the RAM, got it all looking nicey. Even took the time to do the cable management on the first try. And anyone who knows that you'd never do that on the first try, because guess what? Something's always a little bit amiss. So go through and build everything. The computer looked magnifique. So confident, put the side cover on it, ready to go into the world. Go over, plug it in, hit the button, crickets. And yeah, that was a little bit of a okay. Now, meanwhile, for a little bit of context, my buddy isn't really much of a PC gamer, but he trusted me with what I was doing. His wife at the time didn't really know me too well, so was a little hesitant on having someone else build a computer. So keep that in mind, because I kind of have someone who's like, I'm not sure if he knows what he's doing, because, she doesn't know me. So we're kind of going with it still at this point. So nothing. And I'm sitting there like, oh, man. So I, bring it over, take the cover off, double checking all my wires and everything like that. I put it together one more time, run it over, power it on, absolute crickets. And at this point I'm like, oh boy, this is not good. So I unhooked it, go over, I pulled the side cover off, looked at it again without putting it on, still nothing. And then finally at least a little bit of a brain spark happened though, as I'm like, hey, do you have an outlet over here on the side of the house? And he's like, yeah, right there. Well, I tell you what, I plugged it in, absolutely perfect, lit up. I'm like, all right, so we have an outlet problem. But the messed up part is that I kind of forgot about. One of the first things I asked him when it didn't work the first time was, is the outlet okay? I literally plugged the phone in, instantly started charging. I'm like, this is good. Well, come to find out, I put it in, and there was a loose wire, and it was a loose socket in there. And then I got a heart attack of a lifetime, because as we're sitting there, he's like, listen, sometimes if I wiggle it, now if you build a PC, you don't want to just sit there and rattle the power. That's how you fry stuff. But he's over there literally wiggling the plug around. I'm watching the lights blink on, blink off, and I'm like, stop, stop, stop. So, needless to say, he learned that you don't do that, as I had to yell at him for that one. And then I learned that, hey, listen, all he needs is a power strip, da-da-da, we'll move on with our day, whatever. So I'm like, for setup purposes, we're on his kitchen table, and we're just going to set it up quick. So, I needed my Windows stick. And again, always preloaded on there, but for some reason, the stick I brought over didn't have Windows 10 on it. And I'm like, that's simple. I'm like, hey, you have a laptop, right? Yep, work the laptop. All right, let's go. Perfect. So go over and I start downloading it onto the flash drive. And when I tell you that I've never seen a Windows 10 download so slow in my entire life, I'm not understating. Like, on my computer, it normally takes around like 30 seconds. I kid you not, it was like an hour and then it failed. And I tried this twice. At this point, it's like 2 in the morning. My kiddo has school the next day. She's overtired. I work in the morning. I'm overtired. And, all ticked off. So this was one of those, I'm like, listen, we're wiping this clean tonight. I'll go home on my computer, download Windows, and just try this all again tomorrow. So go to work the next day, get home, go on my computer, and I literally even messaged him. I'm like, listen, I'm going to start it. And then I told him it was done in like 30 seconds because that's how long it takes. So got over. He, at that point, got me a surge protector, plugged it in, got it on there. He still didn't listen to me because fast forward a few years, I told him, listen, you can't have it on the ground, especially where he had it because it was by a heater. He left it there and then to clean it. So in turn, he ended up frying ram down the road. But hey, listen, that's not on me. That's not my cup of tea. That's not on me. I told him I would have even taken care of it, but he waited 8 months to say that it was broken. But again, different story. Different day. Listen, if I build a PC for my friends, it has my warranty on it. I'll take care of them. So anyway, toss a stick in there, in his little gaming setup. Got all the windows set up. Everything worked beautifully. So moral of the story is, listen, it takes one little thing, as we all know, to go wrong. And the sad part is, like I said, the cable management the first time around was just so perfect that I couldn't even believe it. And by the 7th time that I had it apart, I ain't gonna lie, it didn't look nearly as clean as the final time. I ended up cleaning up a little bit. But, yeah. So, that was just one of those things where it's like, wow, like, you almost feel like a complete idiot because it's like, I should be able to figure this out. So, that's my story. I'm curious to know if you guys are any PC builders out there, any of your PC nightmare stories, or maybe ones that you had pre-built or something like that. So let me know in the comments below. But if you like this video, please hit that like button. It means a lot. Hit that subscribe button. Ring the bell for more notifications. I'm gonna put the link for Discord in my comment section below. Also, if you guys want to hop into free Discord, it shows when you upload. We're gonna try and build a community over there for us to all hang out. Kind of all of us chill gamers out there. So, but I won't keep you guys no longer. You guys have an awesome day. Peace out.